So do you remember the Wii? Of course, I got two. Wii Sports was quite the phenomenon back in the ye old year of 2006. No family gathering would be complete without a wholesome round of boxing with your Uncle Jim, and you knew Grandma was loving it at the retirement home. Well, the year is 2022, and Nintendo is here with their new Nintendo Switch Sports. Not new Nintendo. It's new, but not like Nintendo normal new, you know what I mean. Let's take a look and see if Nintendo can capture the same simple fun that they did with the original Wii Sports with now Switch Sports. So the topic of Mii's versus the new Avatar characters was a pretty controversial topic after the initial reveal of Nintendo Switch Sports. Where are the Miis? Who are these freaks? So after playing with these new Avatar characters, I don't hate them. I think they're pretty cute. I think they're pretty fun. But it is cool that the option is there to bring out your old Miis. So you can be Sans, Peter Griffin, whoever you want to be. The options are endless. That being said, there are a lot of limitations to this game, starting off with the amount of games that you can play. At launch, right now, we have volleyball, badminton, bowling, soccer, chambara, and tennis. That is a decent amount of games, but it feels like overall there's stuff missing that should be there. And with the promise of bringing more in over time, I like that, but my only issue is they say that golf isn't going to be here until the fall. And I think that's too large of a gap, and there's going to be people who are going to fall off this game. But I'll definitely be giving golf a try when that comes out. But let's get started with the games that we do have now, starting off with soccer. So, in my opinion, Nintendo Switch Soccer is probably the most fun game in the entire package, so we're starting off with a banger. Soccer's a little bit more complicated than I was expecting for a Nintendo Switch Sports, Wii Sports type game. So you have full control over your character and the camera as you run around the field, and then with various motions of the right Joy-Con is where you direct your kicks. By throwing both hands down, your character will dive with their head to hit the ball out further. And on top of that, there is a stamina meter that you have to manage to know how much more you can sprint. Of the whole package, soccer is the game I'm most addicted to. Of the 3-4-ish hours I've played so far, maybe half of that was playing the soccer mode. I'm very surprised about that because at the initial launch, I was like the least interested in the soccer mode. And the matches get pretty intense, as you can see in the gameplay behind me with an overtime match, where I clutch it up because I'm an epic gamer. Oh, go. Oh. Let's go! Big kick! Ooh! I'm a soccer guy. Let's go. Put that on ESPN Sports of the Week. So moving on to tennis. Tennis feels pretty much the same as it did back on the Wii. It's a little more accurate with like lob shots and you can't waggle as much. I would recommend playing this with another person on your team. It's a little bit more fun playing with others, but overall, tennis is pretty good. If you like tennis back on the Wii and Wii Sports Resort, you're probably going to like tennis on this. This one for the win. Boom! There it is. We're tennis masters right now. So moving on to bowling, which I don't even think it's arguable that was the most popular game back on the original Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. While playing bowling locally, you can now play up with 4 people, all at the same time, simultaneously, which really speeds up the game. And you can also play a traditional way if you want just one person at a time so you can see what the other people are doing. There's also a mode similar to the training mode from the original game where there would be barriers in the way. Now in this one there's even ramps, and the lane itself transforms a bit with like holes in the ground, which is interesting and it's cool and I like it. But you can't play that game online with randoms, unfortunately. But the way you do play with randoms online is also really smart. It's basically a bowling battle royale where every 3 frames is considered a round, and if you don't have enough points, you basically get knocked out. So I really like this because it really reminds me of Fall Guys and Tetris 99 in particular, because every time you can do a little bit better, get closer and closer to the first, and that is just like, it's very addictive to me. I do have a nitpick about bowling though. Back on the Wii and Wii Sports Resort, when you were to throw your ball, you would let go of the trigger button, the B button on the back of the Wii remote. But on this, you have to hold down the ZR button and keep it held down as you do your throwing motion. It just doesn't feel as natural as letting go of the B button on the Wii remote. Also, you can't throw the bowling ball backwards and scare the people watching behind you. But that also is another nitpick that I kind of have of the Switch Sports as a whole, is that the NPCs walking around the facility, they don't really react much, and they're not, like, I know it's not the Mii's thing, but it would be nice if your Miis could be walking around, because that was the really fun part of Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, was having your family, friends, celebrities, whoever walking around your island, and that is missing a little bit of the charm, I think, in Nintendo Switch Sports compared to the older games. Going straight in like this. Yeah. Oh, come on now. That was so close. So moving on to Chumbara, or Swordplay, that's what they called it back on the Wii Sports Resort. Compared to the Wii Sports Resort version, you can't just waggle your way to victory. You really have to pay attention to what you're doing and determine whether you're going to strike or block at any time. And on top of that, it's a little more in-depth because there's 3 different types of swords you can use. A standard sword, a charged sword, or dual wield with 2 swords. Personally, my favorite is the charged sword. After successfully blocking a certain amount of hits, you can then strike back with an even stronger hit. The mind games are real for this one, especially at the end. If you get into an overtime, the circle around you drops down into the water, and it gets really small, and you're basically 1-2 strikes away from getting knocked off. And that can get really intense. It really threw me off the first time. I was not expecting the floor to drop down like that. I really enjoy the changes and enhancements they made to Swordplay compared to the Wii Sports Resort version, but another nitpick that I have, it's similar to my other ones, where it's just lacking of options. Where we don't have the Fruit Ninja mode, where you can strike in different directions to cut things, and there's no mode where you walk around and fight the other Miis. It's just only standard Swordplay on the platform, and I just feel like it's missing something by not having those side modes. Oh, that was not good. Oh no. Been outplayed. So moving on to volleyball, I don't have a lot to say on it, but it is very cool the way it works. Is you're focusing way more on timing of your spikes, bumps, and serves to effectively hit the ball back and forth. I think it's better to play with another person in real life with you, because then you're just arguing and trying to do it in time together. I think that's really fun. It's another one of the new sports, and I think it's a really good addition to the Wii Sports, Nintendo Switch Sports lineup. Set it up. Hit it again. Oh, he's got the blocks on deck. This man, the blocking machine. Oh. Here's the early setup. And the spike. Oh! That was upsetting. I hard missed. My guy jumped up there and didn't swing his arm. He just forgot. So the final game is badminton. And badminton is basically smaller, faster 1v1 tennis. I like it. It's fun. I like that if you swing the remote too much, your guy falls over, and that will make you lose that round. Pretty much. You're pretty much guaranteed to lose if your character falls. So that prevents you from just swinging too much, really focusing on when to swing at the right time and what type of swing to do. So I really don't have anything great to say about badminton. Nothing really bad to say about it either. So it's pretty solid.
It's alright.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't get it.
I don't get why this and tennis had to be here.
What?
This and tennis.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel like it could have been cool with just one. I just want to quickly go over the rewards and customization options that you can get while playing online and where I think that can go in the future. So, right now, every 100 points that you acquire while playing online, playing the various sports, you'll be able to pick one of these collections, either the Q collection or the Simple collection right now, and I assume they're going to add more when these days are up. Right now, there's 10 and 17 days left on the 2 of these. I think it's a kind of cool way to bring people to come back in. You want to get all the stuff that would make your character look nice, or the stickers, or the tags. I'm not really sure how long that's going to be able to keep people's attention, but I do hope they do some sort of crossovers where you get like Mario overalls, or like a Master Sword for the Swordplay game, or maybe like a Pokeball, bowling ball, or something like that. I think that'd be like a no-brainer and a really fun way to customize your character. Alright, and that was my thoughts on Nintendo Switch Sports as of the launch weekend. I really did enjoy it. It is missing a lot of things, but let me know what you think about it in the comments, and consider subscribing if you enjoyed this type of video. I had a lot of fun putting it together. This is the first time I tried doing a video like this for a new game, and I think it was fun. I would definitely like to try to do it some more. And if you want to hang out with me, we do stream every weekend over on Twitch. We're going to be playing some more Nintendo Switch Sports in the upcoming weekends, and you can follow me on all the other socials. I do wacky stuff on TikTok every day, and learn an Instagram right now. Anyway, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and thank you very much for watching.